Happy weekend, Cross Point. It is a cold, windy day out there today, but hope you made it through the week well and maybe getting a little bit of rest time here over the weekend. Wanted to come to you on this weekend video just to remind you of something very important in the life of our fellowship, and that is the season of Lent is almost here. Lent is a 6 weeks preparation that has been in practice in the church for centuries to prepare our hearts for Easter Sunday morning. Sometimes we talk about Lent as, giving something up. There's nothing wrong with that. If you want to give something up through the season of Lent, I think that's a good thing to do. We learn a lot about ourselves when we try to give something up, even something little, something trivial even. We recognize how inwardly focused we are, how selfish we can be. And so I'd encourage you, if you want to do that, that's great. But I want to give you another way to think about it this season of Lent. It starts February 22nd with our Ash Wednesday service. The entire church is invited to Wednesday night, February 22nd, for our Ash Wednesday service. It's just a reminder that we are God's creation, that He created us out of dust, and that death is a part of life, and that we'll all return to dust. But we also believe in the hope of resurrection. And so it's a somber service, but it's a good reminder to us that we are not God, but we have been created in God's image. And so I invite you to come out Wednesday night, February 22nd, 7 o'clock. That's the kickoff of Lent. And think about Lent this way this year. It's a 6 weeks period. It takes us all the way to Easter Sunday morning on April the 9th this year. What would you like to see different in your life at the end of that 6 weeks? What would you like to see change? Maybe there's a relationship in your life that needs to get better. Maybe there's some healing as a family that needs to occur. Maybe there's, a new focus you need to have in your career, in your future. Maybe there's a new determination to press ahead in some of those areas. What would you like to see different at the end of 6 weeks? Maybe also it is a spiritual thing. I need to feel closer to God. I need to understand God's presence in my life more clearly. I'd love to see that at the end of this 6 weeks. I want you to think about that for the season of Lent, and then think practically of one thing, a couple of things, few things you're going to do over that 6 weeks to try and see that change happen. This isn't meant to be, oh, I failed, it's only week 2 and I already didn't follow the plan. It's just meant to be a guide to try to help you get somewhere better in life, especially in terms of your relationship to God, but in terms of your wholeness. What do you need to do differently? Maybe you need to eat better for the next 6 weeks. Maybe you just recognize, I've been wolfing down too much junk food. I don't feel good, and I want to feel differently at the end of 6 weeks. So maybe it is a dietary change. Nothing wrong with that. There's a connection, as Pastor Janelle talked to us about our physical well-being, our emotional well-being, our spiritual well-being. So what do you want to see change at the end of this 6 weeks? Where would you like to get someplace different at the end of this 6 weeks? Think about that, make a plan, and let's spend the next 6 weeks, starting February 22nd, working on that together. This Sunday is the first Sunday of the month, and we're going to keep the children in with us for communion together. And please bring the kids. Let them make some noise. I love it. Half the time I don't even hear it, to be honest with you. But I love having the children in there. We're going to celebrate communion together, keep the kids in. We're going to talk about wholeness again. I'm going to use a story that I think the kids will be engaged by, and you also. And this Sunday, the tension is going to be between penance and pardon. Penance and pardon. I hope that maybe piques your interest a little bit. Be there Sunday morning, and let's worship together. Look forward to being with you. God's grace to you. Stay warm out there. Put a hat on. It's cold. God's grace.